We are live. Welcome everyone to Tuesday's pop-up Q&A. It's a chance to ask some questions, get some clarity, maybe look into something you're struggling with a little deeper, receive some healing for what you're struggling with. So, while we're waiting for people to show up, one of the things I wanted to talk about was this concept of going inward. Hey, Roma. This concept of going inward. You know, we've heard before that growing, expansion, it's all an inward journey. Hey, Katie. So, this inward journey, like, what does that exactly mean? So, part of that is this, this amnesia that we've all been experiencing of forgetting our gifts, forgetting why we're here, all kinds of things that we've gotten out of touch with, is that we're being given the opportunity to find where all those answers are and where all of our inspiration lives, all of our gifts, all of our answers, and it's all inside here. And so the way society and everything on the planet is sort of set up is that it's all designed on purpose. Hey, Emily. It's all designed on purpose to keep pulling us out of our inward journey, to keep pulling us out of that center, out of that core, so that we are distracted by all of the shiny objects, all of the chaos, all of the uncertainty. And so it just keeps pulling us out, pulling us out. While we're waiting for some people to show up, if you'd like to post some questions on Facebook and Instagram, that'd be great. I'm just talking about the inward journey while we're waiting for more people to show up. So this inward journey, like, why is it so hard to go inside and find those answers and to trust what we know? Mostly it's because there's old pain. There's old pain in our hearts. So it doesn't feel like a safe place to go. It doesn't feel like a place we want to open up, like that Pandora's box, because there's just so much pain in there and uncertainty from the past. And so, in order for us to continue on this inward journey of growing, exploring, and expanding, we have to go inward. We have to find those places that want more light, that want more exploration, that want to be unpacked or released and let go of. And so that's why you guys come here. Hey, Erica. That's why you guys come here, is to get a little more clarity about what it is that you are in particular working on, so that we can help you unpack this stuff. And so unpacking it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a hard, painful thing and that you have to look at every single thing you pull out of the trash. No, you can just like flush the toilet and just have it be done with. And so it doesn't have to be this hard, painful thing. But when we haven't done much inward exploring, it can feel scary because we push up against those energies and it says, whoa, stop, that's painful, or that's scary, or that's uncertain. And so we decide we just don't want to go there. And so that's why I keep coming on here. Not only because I've been directed by Spirit, but because this, I want to show you that it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to take years or even months and of all this deep diving, like people who go to therapy and they just talk about their stuff over and over and it just goes round and around and around and they don't really go anywhere. So this is why I love coming here, is because the people who show up here are people who are ready. They're ready for some new information. They're ready for a next step. They're ready to dive deeper. They're ready to look at some new things that are on the horizon, new things that are coming in. So I just love and appreciate that all of you show up every week with your questions, with your inquiries. And even those who listen to this as a recording, somewhere down the road, it's still relevant. It's still important. And it still is healing. The questions that people ask here are the same questions that a lot of people have. And so when you're listening to a healing that someone else is getting, you're also receiving the same healing. So I see some questions popping up. So let's see what we have so we can start going here. And I always love doing new people first. So we're going to do a new person here I haven't seen. JV Cosmic Art. I don't know. These handles are tricky. Anyway, I'll call you JV. So she asks, how can you do a vibrational clearing for my periods, uterus? First time ever, they have been delayed twice during the pandemic. Okay, great question. Who knows? Maybe there's other people experience the same thing with maybe more painful periods than usual or some other things that are going on. So let's take a look at what's going on with you, JV. So the first thing that I'm noticing is you have a lot of energy right at your root chakra, out to that third layer. This is the most common energy that people are holding in their energy field. Hey, Crystal. And it's an energy that keeps people afraid of stepping into their power. And so right now, women are being called forward in a very big way to come forward with their gifts. Well, I'm almost getting emotional about this. Whew. Because we all have this beautiful, creative, powerful energy that can create. And when we're not using it to create another human being, someone trying to call, I forgot to set it to do not disturb. So when we're not using our energy to create a whole nother human being, which if you think about just that in and of itself, that is so powerful. That when we're not using that energy to create, if we're not pregnant, that energy is still running through our bodies. It's waiting to create something. So if it's not creating another human, think of all the other amazing things we can create. And this is why women especially are being called forward. We've been suppressed for eons. This is really the whole impetus behind the book that I just wrote that's being launched on Friday, is how women have, their power has been pushed down over so much time. And now, it's swung to the left, to the masculine left for so long, where men, and it's not all bad energy that they've created all these structures, the whole industrial age, all of these amazing things we've created, but they've also created a lot of detriment. And now we see where we need to swing in the other direction. We are swinging in the other direction. And women are especially tapping into this creative energy in our uterus, in all of our female parts are used to create. And when it's not used to physically create another human, energetically, it still uses that same energy to create. And so let's take a look at what's going on in your uterus and painful periods. So for you, JV, the uterus is energetically at about 50% of its capacity, or energetically its capabilities or its abilities to create. And where that energy is stuck that's causing it to feel more diminished, one is right here in your sixth chakra, all the way out to the 15th layer. So if you've been following me, you'll know that I've been talking a lot about this 1% for several years now. This is the oppressive energy on the planet, and they hang out in the 15th layer of our aura. So they're installing some beliefs in your belief system here in the sixth chakra that cause you to feel like, so this is an ongoing universal belief, and it's another, like last week I talked about the 3 programs that it's the Anunnaki implanted that keep us as a free range slave. But they've also installed another program that women are sort of less than, need to be subservient. They're not as powerful, they're weaker. And so this is the message that's been carried on generation after generation. And so this is another one of those programs that's being released. So as I'm helping you release this, it's helping a lot of women tap into this program that needs to be released here in the 6th chakra. So we're going to pull it into the core, and then we're going to send it up, because this is where the 1% energy is being instructed to go now. So we're just pulling this old belief out of your energy field, and we're just going to send that off planet. Okay, great. And let's see, so it's there. Also in the heart. Now the heart, this is like the core of the feminine energy. Our heart, like the masculine energy is the energy of the mind, but the mind is in every cell of our body. But the women, for women, and our infinite intelligence and our greatest power is in our heart, and our ability to self-generate love, etc. Of course, everyone has that ability to self-generate love. But the feminine energy is the energy of the heart. So the out in the 15th layer in the heart as well, this is where that 1% energy is pushing down the feminine energy in your heart, so that you can't access all of that amazing infinite intelligence you have here, that part of us that just knows things. We don't, when people ask us, well, how do we know? We don't know, we just know. And we can know with certainty the more we practice that. But so many people have been dismissing the feminine energy, their feminine knowing. Look, you have all those witch burnings, the Salem witch trials, and that was all part of trying to destroy women's intuition, their deep knowing and their gifts. So we're just releasing this is really old stuff that we're releasing from the heart. This goes really deep, and it's very old, and it's very ancient. And yes, it can affect you in present time. Okay, great. 6, 5, 4. Okay, so let me remeasure the uterus and see if that got all of that energy, so that your uterus, that place that creates for you, even when it's not creating a baby, it's creating something. Hang on. Let's see where it is now. Now it's at 100%. So this is how powerful this energy work that is being done here is. So now you have more capacity to have your uterus not only function physically more powerfully every month, where it takes away all of the debris. You might notice that when you have your periods, the volume gets turned up. It's like nature's way of telling you and showing you all the things that aren't working. So it would be great if you could report back after your next period, because we're here every week, whether or not this helped with your cycle. And it'll certainly help with your creations. So whatever it is that you're trying to create. Yes, it is wonderful. So thank you for coming on and asking that question, because this not only helped you, but this helped a lot of women. And not only people who are here live now, but women who are going to be listening to this out into the future. So thank you for showing up. Okay, great. Let's see. Yes, the service is not great here either, I'm sure. Facebook always does a thing where it says I can't play the video. So if it's sketchy, it's the rain. It's raining here, and we're on satellite. So, okay, let's see what other questions we have. Hang on. Wow, lots of comments. Thank you so much for everyone showing up. Erica, do I still have more cords in my heart? Been having trouble sleeping, lost of past thoughts in the middle of the night, or probably lots of past thoughts. So Erica, you do have a cord in your heart, so that's great awareness. So you actually have 3 people cording to your heart. So I know you know how to do this. Just go to the core of your heart and just gently pull those out till that energy just goes back to them. And so one other thing that we can do for those of you who are having trouble sleeping, a lot of what's going on the planet is creating a lot of disturbance. And you're processing a lot of this while you're sleeping at night, and it might wake you up. So there's, I'm going to do a quick clearing on the dream space, on your dream space. So we're going to set up an avatar. All you have to do is just imagine, use your free imagination to imagine a person standing out in front of you. And this person is going to represent your dream space, your where you go on the astral to dream and to astral travel. So we're just going to run all the principles that we use every time we do a big clearing called Running Your Energy, which we do every Friday. And we're just going to apply it to the avatar. So we're just going to make sure that it has a good grounding, which it does. Make sure it has earth energy coming up through the legs, which it does. See if it has a worry circle. It does, and it shouldn't. So ideally, you don't have a worry circle. So we're going to pull this in from the 3rd layer. So this is where you feel powerless in the dream space. Maybe you have dreams of people chasing you, or you have those dreams where you're like in quicksand, or you going in slow motion and you feel held back. That's all part of this energy that I'm clearing here, where it doesn't feel safe to step into your power. So, okay, great. We'll just send that down the grounding of the avatar. And then we're going to bring pure source down through the creative rings of your avatar and into the crown. So right at the crown, it stops. So that indicates that it's like you don't really have permission to be safe and to just explore and process on the astral plane. So let's go out to the 3rd layer as well. So there's a circle around your crown, just like at the root. So we're going to pull that in so you can have more permission to have your dream space. Okay, great. Okay, good. And then as we come down through the crown, 7, 6, 5, 4, so it stops right at the heart, out to the 3rd layer. So this is where you're trying to process maybe a lot of the judgments that you hold against yourself, the ways that you make yourself wrong, beating yourself up. And that's getting stuck here in the heart of this avatar. Okay, excellent. So as it comes down through the heart and solar plexus, 2nd chakra, root, spilling down the grounding cord, all of what I'm doing will make way more sense once you get the book. It walks you through this whole process, explains everything. So we're going to mix these 2 energies together, bring it up the front, real close to the spine, through the 2nd and the 3rd heart, throat, 6 crown rings, through the aura. Let's clear the 3rd layer of the aura so you can feel more empowered in your dream space. Maybe you can start flying. It's been a long time since I've flown in dreams. But I don't wake up in the middle of the night. Okay, good. 3. Okay, the rest of the aura is clear. And then if you clear the circle of reciprocity, out the right, in the left, talking about the arms here, up that left arm. So yeah, you're having a hard time receiving in this dream space. So bring that energy up the left arm, through the shoulder. So it's getting stuck at that shoulder. Just gently bring that down into the heart. There you go. And then through the throat. 6 crown rings. Excellent. Okay, very good. So you can let us know how that helps in the future. When you come back on, let us know how that's going. Thanks about the book. Yes, it's super exciting. So if you have not yet signed up to receive a notification about the book, Roma will post a little something or other. So you could sign up. I've been sending out notifications this week so that you can be ready on Friday, which is the day it's going to be launched. We'll have a link for you to be able to get the book for $1 just for Friday, only on Friday. But you'll also, I know there's some people who don't want the ebook, they just want the paperback. So that will also be available to pre-order on that day. And those who pre-order the paperback will get access to a gift that I'll be sharing, a $19 gift. That's going to help you eliminate 2 of the most powerful energies that every day affects you every day in a really negative way. So really powerful. Let's jump over to Facebook and see what questions we have here. So we have a question from Ilke. She says, "Hi, Kimberly. I was actually thinking of asking about this pain in my heart. I feel like it's coming from a past lifetime. I want to be able to love with an open heart." Okay, great. Thanks for asking. So let's take a look at your heart. So first of all, there's a cord in there. It's a fear entity. So we're going to go into the core of your heart chakra and we're going to pull this cord out. It actually goes all the way out to the 15th layer. So this is one of the entities that the 1% uses to prevent you and a lot of people from really accessing their heart. So they make you afraid to open your heart. It's like, oh, that will be a painful place. So we're going to first pull that 1% from that 15th layer into the core of your heart. So it pulls in easily to the 4th layer. So the 4th layer, 4th chakra, that's a big self-judgment right there, where you really make yourself wrong, really hard on yourself. But this is not your energy. That's the beauty of being able to do this kind of work, is that it's not your energy. So we're pulling in this 1% energy with this fear entity. We're going to pull it up through the central core. So we're going to pull it up into the throat, where it goes out to that 3rd layer, where the 1%, they don't want to hear what you have to say. They don't want to hear your complaints. They don't even want to hear the truth, right? That it's being censored all across the board on all the social platforms, which is why I like doing this live. So when you show up live, they can't censor that, right? Unless they just cut us off. But you already heard what you heard. So we're just going to pull this in to the core of that 6th chakra. Throat 6. Yes. And then the crown goes all the way up to the 15th layer. So right here at the crown is where you get your personal permission. So if you have the 1% occupying your ability to give yourself permission, you can't step into your power. So we're just going to pull this circle of energy in. So we pull all of this fear entity out, all the places that they fill up. Okay, good. Yes, so in the book, I explain very thoroughly how you can find fear entities, outgrown guides, how exactly to remove them. And so we're just lifting this up through the central core, sending it off planet. Okay, great. So maybe you can let us know if that feels any different. Um, just clearing that fear entity out. Maybe you noticed a difference when we cleared that out. So let's make sure your heart's open 100%. And it's only open 50%. So I want you to do a little something with me. And all of you here can do the same thing. Just follow along with this. So I want you just first to feel where you are, like you, that part of you that is aware of everything. So you might feel like maybe you're not even in your body. Maybe you're in your head. Most of you will be in your head when I ask that question. You might be above your body. You might be outside of your body. But where we want to go with this energy, we want to bring this energy down into the heart. So this is where we should be living. We shouldn't be living up here in our head. That's where we take ourselves out, because the things that you think about the most often, for the longest duration, with the greatest intensity, that's what you create. So if we're living in our heart, we're going to be creating completely different things. But the journey from here to here can be very long if there's pain in between this space, this from here to here. So let's just bring your attention down. And for most of you, it's going to stop. See, it's stopping like right about here. Or maybe at your chin. I see it stopping just right at the nose, just below the nose, right here. This is the pain and all of the resistance that you hold in your heart space, all the ways you make yourself wrong, all the ways you judge yourself. So make sure you have a really good grounding cord that's going solidly to the center of the earth. And we're just going to let all that garbage go in your heart. Just let it go down the grounding cord. As you keep bringing your energy all the way down, so just keep breathing and releasing. So the good news is that there's nothing that can hurt you in this present moment. If it feels like, oh, that's painful, or that it's just old, it's old energy. So time to let it go, right? So let's just keep bringing this down. Good. So now you're down to just below your chin. Just keep going as you bring that energy down through the throat. And this little section right here, this is packed with energy, because this is the most common place we can get killed. There's so many ways you can get killed at the throat, right? You can get guillotined or choked or break your neck or on and on and on, right? So there's a lot of residual stuff that's being held there. So just let all of this stuff go. It's all old, really old, lifetimes old. And when you keep coming back here, little by little, you just keep letting go of more of what you're ready for. You're not going to let go of more than what you're ready to let go of. And so you're in charge. You're in charge of your own growth and your own expansion. So just let go of what you're ready to let go of. There we go. So now you're in your heart. Let pure source energy, now that it's got a clear path all the way down to the heart, let that stir in there. Let that clear all that residual garbage that's not true, all those judgments that are not true, because you are enough, and you are lovable, and you are worthy. Whew, okay, good. Excellent. So let's measure Ilke's heart now and see if it's open all the way. So let's see, 100%. Great job. So that probably opened a lot of hearts here. So that's nice to see. So thanks for asking that question, Ilke. It'd be great if you give us a little more insight, if you notice a difference. She says, I feel tingling all over my body. Thanks for sharing. That's pure source energy, saying hello to every cell in your body. Because once you come down to that heart, then you can start activating that ability to self-generate love. So that tingling is all of your cells saying, thank you for waking that ability up. Great job. Okay, Katie, I've been energetically clearing the effects of my mother's decades of negativity geared at me. Did I manage to clear it at all? It may be affecting my success, growth, healing, etc. So yes, I think that, you know, a lot of what we just did probably cleared a lot of that stuff in your space with your mom. But let me do something a little different with you. I want to look at how many past lives you've had with your mom and how many are unresolved, because that's the part that's still trying to play out in this lifetime. And so generally we've had lots of lifetimes with our family. So with your mom, you've had, let's see, one, 30 lifetimes, so that's a lot. Let's see how many are unresolved. 2. Only 2, so that's good. But as I walk you through this, this only takes really a moment to release these, is notice how these patterns are showing up in this lifetime, that you've probably been trying to work out. The stuff that I'm about to show you is residual stuff from these unresolved lifetimes. So the first unresolved lifetime, and we don't need to look into, oh, when was it? What was I wearing? Where did I live? And none of that matters. The only thing that matters is what's unresolved. So the first lifetime is in the heart, out to that 3rd layer. So those are the judgments. So you're still feeling judged by your mom, right? So we're just going to pull all of those judgments from this past lifetime. And in this lifetime, she was your father. So, and you just felt like you could, no matter what you did, you could never measure up. You just couldn't, yeah, it was just impossible. There was always some other thing that he found wrong. Probably a lot like your mom today, right? Okay, good. So, 4. And then also in the same lifetime, in the root, out to the 3rd layer, where you didn't feel safe to step into your power. Like he probably owned all the anger in that lifetime. You didn't feel safe to even step into your anger or your voice or anything. 3, 2. So you're releasing a lot of anger and rage right now in the root. So just take a deep breath, open that grounding cord, and just flush the toilet. Just let all that fear and rage and injustice go. Whew, okay, great job. Nice, okay, good. And then, so that's one lifetime. The second lifetime, right in the 6th chakra, out to the 15th layer. So in this lifetime, she behaved a lot like the 1%. Maybe you felt like a slave in that lifetime. Mother. Just trying to figure out what the dynamic was, but can't quite tell. So we're just going to pull in this 1% slavery-like energy where you just don't have a voice, you don't have your power. We're just going to pull all that in. Okay, you were married. You were married. She was your husband. Okay, sometimes it's kind of funny looking at this stuff. Okay, so great. So all of the beliefs around feeling powerless, we're just let all that go down the grounding. And also in the root, out to that 3rd layer. So let's pull that in, more of that powerless energy. Okay, good. Send that right down the grounding cord. Great. So let me know if you feel a difference or if that's what you've been experiencing in this lifetime. And we'll just see how that goes. And Ilke is commenting that she feels so much lighter. So great job. Okay, let's see. Nice to have you here, Terry. Okay. Okay, Smiles, MJ, needs her receiving looked at. I'm doing great at giving, I think. Yes, most of us are. Lots going on in my life, so I'll and down lately. Okay, well let's take a look at your receiving channel. So the receiving channel is your left arm, left hand. We want the energy to come out the right arm. This is a circle of reciprocity, out the right arm in the left. So you are a great giver, and the receiving stops, left hand here. So right about at your wrist, just past your wrist. So let's just gently bring the receiving in, allowing some surrender where you're not controlling everything. And we're just going to bring that up to the shoulder. There we go. Down into the front and back of the heart. Good. Excellent. And then simultaneously it passes through the throat, so you can ask for what you need and then receive it. And then through that sixth chakra. So you have some limiting and lack mindsets that this is also clearing as it passes through that sixth chakra. So one of the beliefs that you're letting go of is this idea that you have to prove that you earned what you're receiving. Like, I worked for that. I really deserve it. And I've all the things you did to show that that's the case. So the truth is that little circle proving your worth and value is that hamster wheel that I always talk about. You're already worthy. There's nothing to prove. So we just clear that out of the sixth chakra, crown, through all your rings. Okay, great. And that's great awareness that you knew that something was blocked, but you just didn't know how to release it. So good job. Okay, let's see what else we have here. What other questions? Lovely to see you again as well. Maria, nice to have you here. You're new to the show, so maybe you'd like to post a question. Lots of snow. So Smiles, where are you calling in from? That would actually be really nice, is to see where a lot of you are calling in from, because I know there's people from Europe. There's I've been getting a lot of people from India lately, and we have London. And so, yeah, it'd be nice to hear where some of you are from. So incredible to hear about past lifetimes. Wow, yes. Yes, all of this stuff is all related. So thank you for asking the questions. Any other questions? Any other burners? You got a burner that we want to know about? So before we get disconnected, which sometimes happens, just double checking on past questions, is that if you're coming on late, to make sure that you sign up for a notification of when the notification is this Friday, but if you want to make sure that you don't miss the link that we're going to post, so that you can sign up for the book that's coming out, Access Your Ultimate Power, the Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence. It's everything we've been talking about here. It's everything that's going on the planet, where there hasn't been a more important time for this book to be released. And I've just been listening to Spirit, how Spirit has been guiding me and directing me, and so that's why this is being birthed now. It's being birthed on 11/20/2020, which is an 8. Infinite possibilities, right? So I just keep listening. Spirit has revealed all of this information to me, this whole infinity system that's talked about in this book, for me to share with everyone. It's what I've used to heal my life, having grown up in on welfare and deep lack mindsets, having been raised in a religious cult where all of my power was pushed down and taken away, being sexually abused at a very, very young age, being in an abusive relationship, like everything that you could possibly imagine in one lifetime has been crammed into one lifetime so that I could heal all of this. I mean, this was designed this way for me to heal from all of this, and so that I can share with all of you how to move through all of this energy, how to re-own your own power. And it's all available and it's all duplicatable. And so this book I'm super excited to be releasing on Friday. So it outlines the infinity system, the infinity scale, which if you've ever heard of Dr. David Hawkins, who wrote the book Power versus Force, he created a scale of human consciousness that went to 1,000. And in 2012, I broke through that scale after about 25 ayahuasca journeys over 5 years. So Spirit had opened me up to all of this information so that I could bring it to all of you. So it's here now. It's being birthed. The labor pains have been amazing. All right, any other questions? Otherwise, we will bid a sweet farewell and be back on Friday for Friday's inspiration. Crystal wants a scan. Okay, let's do a quick scan on Crystal. One. Actually, looking really good, Crystal. Even your money vibration, I know you've struggled with that in the past, is nice and high, and you're aligned in all of your chakras with your money vibration. So great job. Yeah, no, you're looking good, doing good, unless you have a specific question you want me to look at. Okay, just want to make sure I didn't overlook any questions. Okay, any other questions? Luminessa, nice to have you here. Great. Anton, brand me. Anything for the group energy you pick up. Anything for the group energy. What is, I'm not sure what that means. Fear entities, okay. Akasha, sorry. Do you have any fear entities? Let's check, great question. Okay, yes, you have 3. Let's let those go. So the first one is in 6th chakra, 3rd layer. So it's affecting how this fear stops you from stepping into your power. So let's pull those beliefs, and there's always beliefs connected with that fear. So one is a fear of your own power. Like some of us are afraid of our own power. Like we know we're powerful. It's like, yeah, but oh, maybe some heads will roll again. So that's the beauty of being able to do this work, is we can clear all of this old stuff. Okay, so fear entity, pull that up into the crown. Go out to that 3rd layer. Excellent. Pull that up and out. Okay, second one in the heart, also out to the 3rd layer. So that's going to push down that infinite intelligence in your heart. Make you afraid to open your heart. Okay, great. Pulling this up into the throat, where it goes out to the 3rd layer, where you can't speak your truth. Up into the 6th chakra, out to the 3rd layer. Pulling that up into the crown, out to the third layer. So this was really affecting your power. Like maybe you haven't felt very motivated. Maybe you look tired, a little depressed. It's not your energy. So just take that up and out. And then the third one is in the root. And so some of you might have a match with this person could be clearing the same fear entities. These are very common places where fear entities live. So in the root, out to that third layer. Great. Pull that up into the second chakra, out to the third layer. Pulling this up into the third, into your solar plexus. Now here, it goes all the way out to the 15th layer. So this is the beauty of being able to learn how to assess these things, so then you can see how they operate. So the 1% energy wants to push down our power, right? So this is how this thing has been operating. Okay, great. Let's just pull that in. Whew. Okay, good. Pull that up into the heart. Also out to the 15th layer. So 1% really, like the heart energy is kryptonite for the 1%. They can't stand it. It's the opposite of what they are. Okay, good. So as we pull this up into the throat, out to that third layer. Excellent. 6th chakra, out to the third layer. Just gonna pull that in. So these are the beliefs that keep all of this in place. So we're just going to pull that in. And then in the crown, out to the 15th layer. So we're going to just pull in that circle of energy around the crown. As we pull that all the way in. 3, 2. So there's a little bit of anger in the crown. Okay, good. So we're just going to lift that up and out. We're going to send that up through the central core. Off planet. Excellent. Great job. So hopefully we got a bunch of fear entities with a bunch of people on that one. Okay, great. So let us know if you notice a difference. Back in your feminine sovereignty. So there's a couple ways to establish that. So one is to measure how much feminine energy you have. So I'll measure both masculine and feminine. So masculine is only at 50%, and feminine only 15%. So let's find out why and where that energy is holding down all of your feminine energy, the energy that allows you to be introspective, to be highly intuitive, tapping into all those gifts that women have. So the first place is right here in the 6th chakra. So these are the beliefs that I talked about earlier, where that belief that the feminine energy is a weak energy. So that's a lie that's been programmed into our space, into our energy field. So we're just going to pull that in. We're going to drop it down the grounding. Okay, good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. That was really the only place. Let's see where your feminine energy is now. Wow, 100%. So you just had some beliefs up here that weren't yours, weren't true, that weren't allowing you to fully step into your feminine. Let's see if you're masculine raised as a result of that. No, that's still at 50%, but you want these balanced. So let's see where the masculine energy still needs a little help. Also at the sixth chakra. So there's some also beliefs around the masculine energy. So the energy there goes all the way out to the 15th layer. So that's the 1%, right? So their beliefs around, like the 1% are mostly men. I didn't make that up. It's just the way it is. I didn't make it that way. So, and that doesn't mean that if you're a man that you're of the 1%. That's not what it means. It just means that the majority of the people who are of this 1% oppressive influence, those people on the planet happen to be men. So that's given women a distorted view of men and what male energy is, or the masculine energy, not male energy. Masculine energy. So the masculine energy is the energy of the mind, gets things done. It's that outward expression that gets all kinds of things done. And that mind energy actually lives in every cell in our body. So it's a really important and powerful energy. So we're just going to pull that distortion out of your belief system in that sixth chakra, that program. Okay, good. 7, 6. Also in the heart, out to that third layer. So we're going to pull that distorted masculine energy out of the heart as well. So the judgment against masculine energy. Okay, so now your masculine energy is at 100%. So now you have that balance. So report back and let us know how things go for you. Okay, great. You're so welcome. Block chakras. So Miss M. Salinas, block chakras. Okay, so just for the last person I just worked on, she's saying that this feels much more pristine and expansive. So yes, this is real stuff we're doing here. Okay, I'll look at your knee in just a second. So block chakras for Miss Salinas, M. Salinas. Yes, your heart out to that third layer. So this is the judgments that you're holding in your heart where you make yourself wrong, like maybe you're not smart enough, you don't know how to do this, or you can't do that, or all those limits that you place on not being enough. So we're just going to let that go. That was the main thing. So excellent. Your circle of reciprocity is flowing now, so you should be able to give and receive from a nice, healthy heart there. Okay, Roma's knee. Okay, let's see. Your right leg, knee, right. That's the left. Okay, this is the right over here. The other right. Okay, there is something there, so something is blocking that. Yes, it is a cord. It's that cousin. So pull her out of your knee, and I'll get to come back and check. Hang on. So we're just about wrapping things up here, guys. All right. Great, Terry. Thanks for showing up. I've got a question about my blood pressure. I'll ask next time since I was told it's high. I can't clear it. Feels like a need to claim my power over authorities. Great. Let me just look at that really quick, Terry, and then I'll go back and check Roma's knee, and then we're going to be finished. Let's see. High blood pressure. You have a good grounding cord, which is a good thing, but you have a lot of energy at your root chakra, out to that third layer. So just help you release that. That energy doesn't make us feel safe to be on the planet. So just help you release that. You also have a cord in your heart. It's your dad's energy. So we're going to take him out of there. I know he's mm, well, anyway, we'll take this cord out. If he jumps back in, because I know he's elderly, at least I think he's still around, that, he might need your help and assistance. And, but if it's the kind of courting that's making you feel guilty or judged or any of that, then pull it out, because that is definitely, so your blood is pumped by the heart, right? So this could be what's making you have high blood pressure. So we're just going to take this out. I'm not a doctor. Always work with your doctors. So this is not meant to replace anything that's medical or the like. Okay, good. So, 5, 4. Okay, good. So the cord is out. Your root chakra is clear. So come back next week. Let us know how things go. Okay, good. Oh, he just died. Okay, well then, so this is why. Okay, I'm sorry. So sorry to hear about that. I knew that he was close, or I knew you were. So he was still corded to your heart. So even though he's passed on, he was cording to your heart chakra. So he's out now, but let me just make sure one last thing, that because we can do this too, to make sure that we help him ascend all the way. So you still can be in communication with him. How long ago was this, if you want to let me know? Let's see where he is. Plus, yeah, he's at a minus, so he's been working on a lot of stuff. He had a lot of stuff in his heart that he felt maybe some regrets about. And so you've probably been trying to heal him from that. So he had a lot of self-judgment. So let's help him let those self-judgments go so that he can take his next step. And you can both be a little bit more at ease, and he can be at peace. Right now, he's not at peace. So, okay, so okay, good. So that cleared what was holding him in this minus ascension level. So now he has ascended, and he's up at a plus 30 now. That's as high as it goes. You'll still be in communication with him if you ever need to or want to. He's always available. And, if there's anything that you felt like there was left unsaid that needed to be said, he can still hear you, obviously. So that feels like a good place to end. You're welcome. 6 months ago. Okay. So, so Roma says, magically, the right knee has no pain now. Thanks for sharing, Roma. So thank you everyone for showing up today. Instagram's about to cut me off here because we're at an hour. So be sure to connect on Friday, Friday's inspiration. Be sure to listen and be ready for the link so you can get the book for $1. Or if you want the paperback, that will also be available for pre-order. Thanks everyone for showing up, and I will see you on Friday. Have a great day. Sending much love. Namaste.